Experience, in my view, always trumps theory. Why? Theory teaches us how things work in a perfect world, whereas experience teaches us how they might or might not work in an imperfect world. More importantly, experience prepares us to seek other inputs, different kinds of solutions, when the imperfections of the real world bite us. Hello and welcome. My name is Tony Stephen, author, educator, and realist. I'm not a guru. I'm not perfect, and I certainly don't have it all figured out. So why should you bother listening to me? What I do possess is almost 7 decades of experience, which has shaped me into the best version of myself today. Why is that important to you? Because today, I'm living an amazing life. I feel like I'm in control. I have friends and family who support me, and I support them. I'm at peace with myself and love life. I'm literally living the best life ever today. If I continue on my journey, then next week, next month, next year, and hopefully in the next decade, I will be vastly improved version of myself. That's because life is a journey. It's to be explored. It's not a race, and it's not about comparing ourselves to others. It's about learning who we are and knowing our strengths and our weaknesses, playing to our strengths and improving our weaknesses to consciously become the best version of ourselves every day. Have you ever thought or said, I wish I knew that when I was younger? I think we all have. Well, what I have learned based on my life's experience has already helped me to improve not only the quality of my life, but all my friendships and their lives. Human beings are relational creatures. The ancient wisdom portrays that a universal supreme being created both man and women so they would not be alone. Is that the very basis of relationship? How often do our most private and close relationships fall apart? Sadly, today, far too often. The divorce rate in Australia sits at 1.9 per 1,000 residents. Relationships can be difficult, even in normal circumstances. And there is no doubt the pandemic put a strain on many couples. Many Australian couples have been, or still are, working from home, homeschooling their children, and facing financial strain from their job or business loss. This creates enormous stress. But long before the pandemic, the divorce rate was well on the increase. The rate of aggravated domestic violence and unacceptable social behaviours has steadily been increasing over the last 5 decades. Perpetrators of unacceptable behaviour often blame stress for their antisocial behaviour, or worse, they blame their victim. What is stress? My definition of stress is a problem I can't solve. So in a relationship, stress becomes a problem neither party can solve. Sadly, prolonged stress can result in a deterioration of the relationship itself and perhaps ultimately divorce. But how can 2 seemingly loving people in a relationship or 2 good friends find themselves in Splitsville? There are a number of reasons for this. For some who feel stuck in a relationship, they may not feel valued from not being heard or considered or even respected. These feelings may or may not have an accurate account of the facts from the other person in that relationship. But that does not reduce the feeling of being devalued. For others, eroded trust is an enormous factor which adversely affects the relationship. When trust is gone in a relationship, it often happens quickly and often commences with one simple act. That act could be abuse or abusive words, physical or mental abuse, infidelity, among other examples. A relationship may have been nurtured for years, but then in one moment, the fabric of that relationship could be damaged beyond repair. How? Simple. The trust is gone. Sorry. I'll say that again. Sorry. Sorry is a very powerful word, which conveys a meaning of deep regret and a sense of urgency to make a wrong right. It is often followed by an equally powerful sentence like, I will never do that again. Let's face it, we have all said sorry, often countless times. That's okay. That demonstrates our remorse in a situation. And it is the word that can fix a significant issue, and it is the precursor word that we hope will lead to forgiveness. Yet many a relationship where this word has been asserted and exercised have sadly ended in Splitsville. How is that possible? Imagine for a moment I promise to buy you a $2 million home. That's a pretty big promise, but I keep promising it repeatedly. I will buy this home for you right now, but it never eventuates. You insist to me it's an unrealistic promise, but I double down and swear on my life, on my dog's life, on my children's life, that I will buy this home for you. Eventually, the house never materializes, and ultimately, our relationship breaks down because it became too painful listening to me make baseless promises. It becomes far too much to bear. As I said, the word sorry is meant to convey a meaning of deep regret and a sense of urgency to make a wrong right. Therefore, unless the word sorry is followed up with a demonstration of sorry, then the word is nothing. And an overuse of the word sorry without action becomes a baseless promise which will become too much to bear. Have you ever heard anyone say, "You don't mean what you say," or "Your words mean nothing"? Statements like these are an enormous warning sign, and in any relationship, it points to a massive issue that, if left untreated, may result in a rapid decay of that relationship. Let me provide an analogy as to how this works. Imagine for a moment that your partner or friend is a wooden fence. You say some unkind words to them, which knowingly or unknowingly, it hurts them. The results of those words cause a hole to appear in that fence. You discover your words hurt them and you say sorry. When you say sorry, it's like painting over the fence, thinking that a new coat of paint was going to make everything all right. But the holes are still there, but they're painted over. More unkind words creates more holes. More sorries result in more paint, but the holes remain. Perhaps some controlling behavior enters the relationship, or a little mental or physical abuse, each of which creates more holes in the fence. Holes are quickly followed up by more paint. Eventually, the fence is so full of holes that it just falls down. It has been reduced to a mere shadow of its former glory and can no longer stand up under its own weight. It has been destroyed. This is precisely what happens to a relationship, even friendships, when the word sorry is not followed up with consistent, heartfelt, remorseful demonstration of sorry. Sadly, in today's world, the word sorry has lost its power, lost its meaning, and is used by weak people as a kind of get-out-of-jail card when their behaviour has been less than appropriate. It's the go-to cop-out applied by people who are weak and mostly emotionally damaged. Looking back at the fence, when holes are created in it, it is never the paint, the word sorry, that can fix them. It is the consistent demonstration of sorry, meaning that you won't do those things again, which will build the trust and has the ability to repair the holes created over time. The holes are never instantly healed. Healing is a process. People with holes in their soul inflicted by others can't simply get over it. They are mortally wounded. Healing takes time. That is why the demonstration of sorry must be the ongoing and constant. Words set a premise of what is to be expected, but words applied with a follow-through of actions give those words meaning and power. Damaged people blame others for their actions. They have a plethora of excuses to why they act that way, to justify, rationalize, and manipulate situations to suit themselves. The words from their mouth often have little meaning. They say words that manipulate others to do what they want. We've all met a victim, an abuser, or a martyr. These traits are often caused by underlying issues. It's easy to identify some of the traits in people who require help to awaken to their self-responsibility. They often demonstrate some or all of the following: accusations, anger, anxiety, argumentativeness, arrogance, assumptions, bitterness, control, depression, ego, envy, emotional highs and lows, emotional immaturity, hardness, harshness, insecurity, inadequacy, inferiority, isolation, jealousy, low self-image, malice, manipulation, pessimism, perfectionism, possessiveness, rejection of others, resentment, self-condemnation, and worry. When any of these are present in a relationship, decay has already begun to erode that relationship. Being aware of any of these conscious or unconscious habits is an instant self-diagnosis that there is an issue that needs to be resolved. Identification of these issues is one thing, but that can quickly cause personal stress in not knowing what to do. So getting back to my definition of stress, which is a problem you cannot solve, it begs the question: how can I deal with the stress in my life? That, my friend, is simple. ask someone who has the result you're looking for. That person will share their knowledge to speak into your situation, and once that has occurred, the stress will be gone quickly. For example, if you want to know how to have a meaningful, loving, respectful relationship with your family, with your friends, colleagues, ask me. If you want to know how to overcome grief, ask me. If you want to know how to become the best version of yourself today, ask me. If you want to know how to change your destiny in life, ask me. If you want to know how to manifest blessings in your life, ask me. I'll convey my knowledge and understanding for you to become the person you've always wanted to be, but didn't know how. How to achieve that outcome? Well, I can help you. You'll learn how to shape your destiny, manifest possessions, and become accountable for your words and actions, which will result in peace and harmony in your relationships. So, just to recap some of the basic points of accountability. Can we take back unkind words with a simple sorry? No. Can we rebuild trust with a simple sorry? No. How can we regain trust in a broken relationship? Be accountable and demonstrate sorry. How can we live our best life? Be accountable for our words and actions. How can you create respectful and fulfilling relationships at home, at work, with your friends? The answer is you. It is important that on your journey of self-discovery, of yourself, that you understand the following: how you view yourself, how others view you. Understand why the two don't always agree. Understand that looking into the mirror takes courage, because we don't always like what we see in the mirror. What it reveals can be horrible. It's an important first step to personal growth. My message is more than saying and demonstrating sorry, so please don't think that's all there is. Changing the habits of a lifetime requires some personal acknowledgements, bad habit identification, unlearning and reprogramming. It's not that daunting. It's a simple and powerful, and it's liberating. It may sound complex from where you're sitting, because presently you don't know all the content I'm going to share with you. But just like others who have read my book and attended my workshops, you can be freed of all those unconscious habits that have been affecting you and your life and the relationships you value. I want to empower you, provide you with the tools to promote self-responsibility by explaining emotional fitness and purposeful decision making. I do this by explaining a 7-step process that shows the control you have over the creation of things and events. By learning this, you will develop an awareness of an inner power that most of us are only vaguely aware of and have not yet unlocked. As a result, you will live a calmer life, be results-driven, and see more rewards and security. This will help you feel empowered and able to give to others. My 4 key resources will get you excited about new possibilities that will present themselves, and you will feel motivated to take action. My 4 key resources are my book, The Answer Is You. The second is my on-demand, interactive, self-paced online video workshops. The third is my private Facebook users group, which is a forum for like-minded people on their own journey of discovery. I'm very active in this group and will provide my insights into situations and expand on my current and personal learning. The fourth is my live events that I host around the country from time to time. The on-demand, interactive, self-paced video workshops are simple to use from your mobile or your desktop device. The content is continually updated. As I learn more in my life, I am excited to share with you new content, and I do that online and in my workshops. Currently, there's more than 6 hours of content available, all at your fingertips, to assist you on your journey to take your self-control and self-responsibility to a new level. And as I do add more content, that will be accessible to you. Normally priced at $2,975 for the entire workshop series, for a limited time only, I'm offering a lifetime access to the entire course, plus a personally autographed signed version of my book for only $397. That's right, you could transform your life and the life of those around you in this non-confrontational book and associated workshop series, which simply awakens self-responsibility. It's that easy. I wish I knew this information when I was younger. Thankfully, I know now and I can pass it on. It has worked in my life and I'm excited to hear how it works in your life, just as it worked with so many people around me. Click the button below and access the workshop now, and I'll rush a personally signed copy of my book to you. Remember, this is a limited offer. I'm providing you a lifetime access to all my latest material. What better Christmas gift than giving someone you love access to resources that will make them the best version of themselves? Is there someone in your family or friendship group that you find hard to buy gifts for? What better gift than the gift of personal freedom? Click the button below now to get started today. This limited offer will be finishing soon, so don't miss out on this last-minute opportunity to secure an 86% discount and receive a lifetime access to the latest content. Click the button below and make a change today. Start living your best life today.